Renowned filmmaker Robert Aldrich, known for his tough and unique style, delivered one of his greatest successes with the thrilling adventure classic, based on the 1964 novel by Trevor Dudley Smith. The film, simply referred to as The Show, features an all-star cast including Jimmy Stewart, Richard Attenborough, Peter Finch, Ernest Borgnine, and Hardy Kruger. When a cargo plane crashes in the Sahara Desert, the survivors face insurmountable challenges, with no working radio or access to potable water. The story revolves around their struggle to construct a smaller plane from the wreckage of the original in order to fly to safety. In 1965, a movie was released that took its inspiration from a remarkable real-life event. The story revolves around a twin-engine cargo plane that meets with a tragic accident, crashing in the middle of a vast desert. The crew members, who survive the crash, find themselves in a dire situation, far from any hope of rescue. However, the flight mechanic, played by the talented Hardy Kruger, rises to the occasion. Drawing upon his knowledge and resourcefulness, the flight mechanic comes up with a daring plan. He decides to construct a one-engine plane using the wreckage of the crashed aircraft. It's a daunting task, but with the help of the other survivors, he manages to build the makeshift plane. The crew's determination and resilience are truly inspiring as they work together to create a chance for their survival. Once the new plane is ready, an even more audacious challenge arises. With only one functioning engine, the plane can't carry all the survivors at once. To overcome this hurdle, 6 crew members volunteer to strap themselves onto the wings of the plane during the flight, risking their lives for the sake of their comrades. Under the leadership of the captain, played by James Stewart, the crew embarks on this perilous journey. The movie captures the tension and uncertainty of their flight to an Allied base as they soar through the skies with their unconventional aircraft. The Flight of the Phoenix is a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and overcome adversity. It showcases the power of teamwork, ingenuity, and courage in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. The film is a captivating tale of survival that resonates with audiences even today. The movie begins with a takeoff of a twin-engine aircraft transporting oil field workers to Benghazi. The aging pilot, Frank Towns, played by Jimmy Stewart, is nearing the end of his flying career. The only other flight crew member is an alcoholic navigator, portrayed by Richard Attenborough. Due to their inattention to detail, the flight takes off with an inoperative radio and a faulty voltage regulator. As they're en route, the plane flies through a sandstorm and is forced to make a crash landing. They've been pushed off course and have no means of contacting help, leaving those who survived the crash stranded in the desert. They have a very limited supply of water, and their only food is pressed dates. Initially, they made the assumption that they would be rescued, but soon after, they realized the precariousness of the situation. After they've been stranded for 5 days, and they've endured 2 sandstorms, and one of the passengers' mental collapse, 2 of the passengers realize that they need to take action. The movie's plot revolves around their struggle to survive in the harsh desert conditions, with limited resources and no rescue in sight. The group must work together to find a solution to their dire circumstances, leading to a tense and thrilling climax. In the movie, Captain Harris proposes a daring plan to march through the harsh desert terrain in an attempt to reach safety. Faced with the daunting prospect of a 10-mile hike, most of the other crew members are reluctant to follow him. The idea of trekking through the unforgiving desert doesn't seem like a viable solution to their dire situation. Despite the skepticism, Harris and another passenger decide to take their chances and embark on the perilous journey. However, their optimism is short-lived as Harris soon returns alone, looking defeated and dejected. The hike has taken its toll, and it becomes clear that not everyone will make it out alive. Tragically, their fears are confirmed when it is discovered that a third passenger has died during the arduous trek. The grim reality of their situation sets in, and the remaining survivors are left to contemplate the consequences of their decision. In the end, Captain Harris's proposal proves to be a risky and ultimately unsuccessful attempt to find a way out of their predicament. The harsh desert environment and the physical toll of the hike prove to be insurmountable obstacles, leading to devastating consequences for the group. As the movie unfolds, another passenger, Heinrich Dorfman, proposes a radical solution to their dire situation. After studying the wreckage in detail, Dorfman announces that they have all the necessary parts to build a new plane from the crashed one. This bold idea is met with immediate skepticism and ridicule from the pilot, who finds it hard to believe that such a feat is possible. Dorfman's suggestion sets the stage for a conflict that continues throughout the movie. The pilot's disbelief is understandable, given the daunting task of building a plane from scratch using only the remains of the crashed one. However, Dorfman remains adamant, convinced that his plan is the only way out of their predicament. The tension between Dorfman and the pilot becomes palpable as the other passengers take sides. Some are inspired by Dorfman's determination and believe in his idea, while others side with the pilot and think that the plan is nothing more than a pipe dream. Despite the pilot's initial reaction, Dorfman's proposal gradually gains traction as the passengers realize that they have no other choice. With no rescue in sight, they begin to work together to build a new plane, using every last piece of the wreckage. Throughout the movie, Dorfman's unwavering belief in his idea serves as a source of inspiration for the other passengers. His determination and resourcefulness are a testament to the human spirit's ability to adapt and overcome even the most challenging circumstances. As the passengers work together to build a new plane, Dorfman's idea becomes a beacon of hope in their desperate situation. The conflict between Dorfman and the pilot serves as a reminder that sometimes the most unconventional ideas can be the ones that save us. As the movie unfolds, the true identity of Dorfman, played by George Kennedy, is gradually revealed. Initially introduced as a passenger, Dorfman's background remains a mystery. However, as the pilot, Frank Towns, portrayed by Jimmy Stewart, and the navigator, Lou Moran, played by Richard Attenborough, struggle to find a solution to their dire situation, Dorfman's expertise becomes invaluable. It is only later in the movie that Towns and Moran discover Dorfman's true profession. He is an aircraft designer, but not in the way they had assumed. Dorfman specialized in designing model planes, a fact that leaves both Towns and Moran stunned. The blood drains from their faces as they grapple with the implications of this revelation. The realization that Dorfman's expertise lies in creating miniature replicas rather than full-scale aircraft casts doubt on their chances of survival. Yet, Dorfman's knowledge and skills prove crucial in the face of adversity. Despite the initial shock, the pilot and the navigator come to rely on Dorfman's abilities, demonstrating that even model airplane designers can play a vital role in real-world survival situations. Principal photography for the movie started on April 26, 1965, and took place at the 20th Century Fox Studios, as well as at the 20th Century Fox Ranch. The production crew utilized a variety of filming locations to simulate the desert landscape. Some of these locations included Buttercup Valley in Arizona and Balk Knob Mesa in California. The flying sequences for the movie were filmed in California's Imperial Valley, which is located on the western fringes of Yuma, Arizona. This region provided the perfect backdrop for the thrilling aerial scenes that are featured in the film. The combination of these diverse filming locations helped to create a realistic and immersive experience for viewers. In the making of this film, an assortment of planes was used to create the various scenes. The primary aircraft scene is a Fairchild Sadie 2A, which was used for the flying shots, and the outdoor location wreck. To film the indoor studio wreck, a specially built plane was put together by Tallman's Aviation and christened the Phoenix Pone. All of the Fairchild Sadie 2A parts were sourced from Stuart Davis Incorporated in Long Beach, California. This assortment of aircraft helped bring the film's aviation scenes to life and contributed to the overall production value. The film's use of real aircraft and realistic crash scenes added to the audience's immersion and enjoyment of the show. In the summer of 1965, the production of the movie was well underway. The principal photography had been completed by August 13th of the same year. However, there was still an important task left to be done. The film required a North American F-47A aircraft to serve as the visual stand-in for the fictional Flying Phoenix. To accomplish this, the production team turned to the Planes of Fame Air Museum in Chino, California. They obtained a North American F-47A from the museum's collection and began the process of modifying it to resemble the plane depicted in the movie. The first step in the modification process was to remove the canopy of the aircraft. This was necessary to create an open cockpit look, which was more in line with the design of the Flying Phoenix. Next, the team attached a set of skids to the plane's main landing gear. This gave the aircraft a more rugged and utilitarian appearance, which was fitting for the desert setting of the movie. Finally, a vertical fin was added to the tail of the North American F-47A. This was done to make the plane look more like the fictional Flying Phoenix and less like a standard military aircraft. With these modifications in place, the North American F-47A served as a more or less visual lookalike for the plane in the movie. In summary, the production team of the movie went to great lengths to ensure that the North American O-47A stood in as an accurate representation of the Flying Phoenix. By removing the canopy, adding skids to the landing gear, and attaching a vertical fin to the tail, they were able to create a more or less visual look-alike for the plane. In 1965, the cast of the movie found themselves in Yuma, Arizona, where they were filming the majority of the scenes. According to the director, the nights were far from quiet. The cast was known to go out and cause a bit of mayhem around town. There was a lot of drinking that took place during the shoot, and the cast members would often drive around, causing quite a stir. One of their favorite pranks involved the use of prop dummies that were used during the crash scene. The cast would throw these dummies out of their cars as they drove along, causing bystanders to believe that they had just witnessed a real accident. This led to some panicked moments for those who saw the dummies flying through the air. The cast's antics became the talk of the town, and they quickly gained a reputation for being a wild bunch. Despite their nighttime escapades, they were able to maintain their focus during filming and deliver strong performances. The movie went on to become a success, thanks in part to the camaraderie and chemistry of the cast. To this day, the cast nights out in Yuma are remembered as some of the most memorable moments of the film's production. The combination of drinking, driving, and prop dummies made for an unforgettable experience that added to the overall legacy of the movie. Jimmy Stewart, known for his good guy roles, took on a different persona in this movie. Initially, he seemed like an outsider, keeping to himself, and appearing standoffish amongst the European actors. However, it wasn't long before he joined in on the fun. Stewart surprised everyone when he grabbed a prop machine gun and jumped out of a car, finishing off one of the dummies in a gangland style. The police department intervened, but when they discovered it was Jimmy Stewart, they let the whole group go. Stewart's unexpected behavior added an intriguing layer to his character, making the movie even more captivating. His actions showed that he was not just a one-dimensional actor, but someone who was willing to take risks and step out of his comfort zone. This unexpected turn of events in the movie kept the audience engaged and added to the overall excitement of the show. In the making of the 1965 movie, Peter Finch's struggle with alcoholism posed a significant challenge for the director and Jimmy Stewart. Finch, who played a crucial role in the film, often arrived on set in an inebriated state, making it difficult to keep up with the filming schedule. To tackle this issue, Jimmy Stewart, who played a pilot named Frank Towns in the movie, and the director worked tirelessly to ensure Finch remained sober enough to film. Interestingly, Stewart's character in the film bore striking similarities to his real-life persona. A decorated World War II pilot, Stewart had flown numerous combat missions and was still an active member of the United States Air Force Reserve during the filming of the movie. His experience and expertise in aviation were undoubtedly valuable to the production of the film. Despite the challenges posed by Finch's alcoholism, the cast and crew managed to complete the movie, which went on to become a critical and commercial success. The film's gripping storyline and exceptional performances by the lead actors made it a memorable addition to the world of cinema. In the movie, Heinrich Dorfman, played by Hardy Krieger, is tasked with constructing a crucial steel structure for the plane wreck survivors. However, tensions arise when Ratbags, portrayed by Anne Banning, sarcastically wonders why the Germans never won the war. Dorfman, visibly affected by her remarks, stares her down and declares that he wasn't involved in the conflict. In reality, Hardy Krieger, the actor behind Dorfman, had a different background. At the age of 13, he joined the Hitler Youth, a paramilitary organization of the Nazi Party. By the time he was 16, Krieger was drafted into the German army. Despite his involvement in the Nazi regime's youth organizations and military, Krieger later distanced himself from those beliefs and became an advocate for peace and understanding. This background adds a layer of complexity to Krieger's portrayal of Dorfman in the movie. Dorfman's character is initially met with suspicion and hostility by the other survivors, but as the story progresses, he gains their respect and admiration. The audience may be unaware of Krieger's real-life experiences, but the character's journey from outsider to respected member of the group takes on a new dimension when considering the actor's past. As Dorfman works tirelessly to construct the steel structure, Ratbag's sarcastic comments highlight the lingering tensions and prejudices that exist among the survivors. Dorfman's response, stating that he wasn't involved in the war, is a poignant moment that reflects the character's desire to move past the conflicts of the past and focus on the present. In the end, Dorfman's contributions to the group's survival become invaluable, and the other survivors come to see him as a valuable member of their makeshift community. The character's journey serves as a reminder of the power of understanding and cooperation, even in the face of adversity. The aircraft at the center of the movie, named the Phoenix, was not just a prop, but a fully functional plane built specifically for the film. This plane, which was designed to look like it was held together with clothesline, had a length of 45 feet and a wingspan of 42 feet. The apparent wire bracing on the wings, tail, and undercarriage was made from actual clothesline to give the illusion of being flimsy and poorly constructed. The fuselage of the Phoenix was built by hand from scratch using plywood over a wood frame. The cockpit was shallow and makeshift, with the pilot sitting down and another person standing behind the pilot and strapped to a stringer. The plane was powered by a like-new Pratt & Whitney engine with 650 horsepower, which gave it the ability to fly despite its seemingly fragile appearance. The Phoenix was designed to be a striking contrast to the modern and technologically advanced planes of the time, highlighting the ingenuity and determination of the characters in the movie to survive against all odds. The plane's design and construction were meticulously planned and executed to create a believable and compelling prop that played a crucial role in the film's storyline. In the making of the movie, the film crew faced a significant challenge when it came to filming the plane's takeoff. The sandy filming location made it too dangerous to stage a realistic takeoff, so they had to find an alternative solution. They ultimately decided to film the takeoff from a smooth and compacted earth runway instead. To achieve the desired effect, the production team brought in the legendary stunt pilot Paul Mantz. Known for his skill and precision, Mantz was tasked with performing a series of touch-and-go landings. This maneuver involved coming in slow and skimming the landing gear along the ground before throttling up to gain altitude, creating the illusion of a takeoff. Mantz's expertise and daring moves were crucial to the success of the scene. His ability to execute the touch-and-go landings with precision and control allowed the film crew to capture the excitement and danger of the plane's takeoff, all while ensuring the safety of the cast and crew. Through Mantz's contributions, the movie was able to bring this thrilling scene to life, captivating audiences and leaving a lasting impression. His skillful piloting and daring stunts added a layer of realism and excitement to the movie, making it a standout in the world of aviation films. In the second take of a critical scene in the movie, the plane's landing gear made contact with the ground. However, the aft boom fractured, causing the aircraft to nose into the ground and start to cartwheel. This tragic accident marked the end of Paul Mantz's life, who was playing a crucial role in the film. The crash was a devastating blow to the entire cast and crew, especially since it occurred during a protection shot, which wasn't necessary. They had already captured all the required footage during the first attempt. The scene was meant to be a routine landing, but it took a fatal turn, leaving everyone in shock. Stuntman Bobby Rose was also injured in the crash, but managed to recover. The production team took every precaution to ensure the safety of the cast and crew, but unfortunately, they couldn't prevent this tragic accident. The movie's producers and directors were left with the difficult task of deciding how to proceed with the film. They had to balance the need to complete the movie with the need to respect the memory of their fallen colleague. Ultimately, they decided to continue filming, but the memory of Paul Mantz's tragic accident remained with them throughout the production. The scene where the crash occurred was a significant one in the movie, and the production team had to ensure that they captured it perfectly. They spent a considerable amount of time and resources to create the right setting, props, and special effects. However, they couldn't have anticipated the tragic turn of events that would unfold during the filming. In conclusion, Paul Mantz's fatal crash was a tragic accident that shook the entire cast and crew of the movie. The production team had to navigate the delicate balance between completing the movie and respecting the memory of their fallen colleague. Despite the tragedy, they managed to finish the film, leaving behind a powerful and enduring story. As the credits begin to roll on the screen, a touching tribute appears, honoring the life of Paul Mantz. It reads, "It should be remembered that Paul Mantz, a fine man and a brilliant flyer, gave his life in the making of this film." Mantz, a crucial part of the production, was more than just a member of the team. He was a friend and an integral part of the film's success. The movie, a fascinating exploration of human behavior under stress, showcases the personalities of the characters as they navigate through challenging circumstances. If you haven't seen it yet, it's worth taking the time to watch. The show offers a unique perspective on how individuals react when placed in high-pressure situations, and the drama that unfolds is both captivating and thought-provoking. Paul Mance's contribution to the film was immeasurable, and his loss was deeply felt by all those who knew him. As a skilled pilot and a wonderful person, Mance left behind a legacy that will not be forgotten. The film is a testament to his passion for aviation and his dedication to his craft. The movie's portrayal of personalities under stress is a tribute to Mance's own resilience and determination. The character's struggles to survive in the face of adversity are a reflection of the challenges that Mance himself faced during the filming of the show. His sacrifice and commitment to the project will always be remembered. In conclusion, Paul Mance was a remarkable individual who gave his all to the making of this film. His legacy lives on in the memories of those who knew him, and in the film itself. If you haven't seen the movie yet, take the time to watch it, and appreciate the contributions of this fine man and brilliant